Hostel for me was the big turning point, where I went from being kind of a cult director to having the mainstream #1 movie at the box office. But not only that, it was a $4 million movie with amounts of violence that previously hadn't been seen in movies before. And it was up against $200 million tentpole films. And it made everyone stop and go, what is going on in America? And suddenly I got to go on this platform and say that, well, I think that what George Bush and Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney are doing, everyone in America obviously wants to scream. And people were like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, well, this film is clearly about American domination, Americans feeling like they have power. And suddenly it really woke people up, a lot of people that had never thought of horror movies in that way, that your film could be not just a scary, entertaining movie, but actually could have a lot of political and social commentary layered underneath it, which is what a lot of my favorite, the Wes Craven movies, John Carpenter, Tobe Hooper, I become friendly with those guys. They're very, very political minded. And horror movies generally reflect, the ones that catch fire, generally reflect the fear of the time. If you see the giant ant movies, it's fear of atomic radiation. If you see Last House on the Left and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's very much a reaction to the footage Wes Craven and Tobe Hooper saw coming back from Vietnam. And this idea that, you know, it used to be Norman Rockwell living next door, but the Manson family now lives next door to you. That's what inspires. And George Romero, Dawn of the Dead, that the idea that people are just consuming and consuming, that even after they're dead, they'll still go to the mall. That's where Dawn of the Dead comes from, the zombie idea that he created.
What do you make of the Walking Dead television series?
I think that it's a phenomenon. It's incredible, and it's a very, very well done show. But you can tell that people are afraid, that there is an uncertainty right now. There is this feeling that things are so fragile that they really are going to collapse, and that we really are at this place where there's a loss of control. You know, people don't know what's going on with Iran. They don't know, you know, there's a new kind of enemy that you can't pinpoint, that you can't see, and people feel this real loss of control. And I think you're seeing them expressing the fear for that and going for these zombie shows.